Oh, another beautiful day out here on the water here in Montauk. This trip we have a few new tools to our arsenal. First we upgraded our audio game. Got a microphone on my GoPro, so we're gonna change that out and hopefully we have better audio. See you in a minute. All right, and we're back. Wow, that's much better. Holy cow. All right, cool. So I'm gonna pedal over to that point. We got incoming tide. It's a full moon. I just realized it's full moon, so probably gonna be drifting like crazy. A little wind against the tide here. Very slight wind against the tide. So worst case scenario, we have to just turn the bow up tide and do a light pedal and just slow the drift up a little bit. All right, so the second new tool to our arsenal are these squid I got at Dick's the other day. I was in Riverhead. And I saw these on the shelf and I couldn't avoid buying a couple of them. They got about a 1 ounce jig head inside. They're 6 inches long. Each package has about, I believe it's 4 or 5. It's about $8 a pack. It's a little expensive, but they seem pretty tough. And they're pretty heavy. It's just the right weight. I got these. They also have these small little ones, probably 2.5, 3 inches, and maybe a quarter ounce, half ounce maybe. So I'm gonna run a high-low on the kayak. The little one's gonna be up top, and the big one's gonna be on the bottom, about a foot away from each other. I don't always run a double hook, a high-low setup on the kayak. It's just too many hooks to worry about when they're in the kayak. But when you get a fish in the kayak, but we'll just have to be really careful today. And the third part of our arsenal is I bought some Procure Squid Super Gel. I'm gonna give this a shot. We're gonna put it on the inside, the tentacles. If you open up the tentacles, there's a little hole there. I'm gonna put it in there. That way it'll last a little longer maybe, because you're supposed to just apply it to the outside. But by putting it inside, maybe I can catch more fish without having to reapply it as much. So we're gonna give that a shot. But pretty pumped. We're almost there. We got it's slack tide pretty much right now, but it is a moon tide, and we got like a south wind, very light, like 5 to 6 miles an hour. But the tide should be cranking here soon. So worst case scenario, we put the nose up against the tide and we just do a little pedal and to slow the tide down. Maybe let's see if we get into some action. So this is our setup. Got an easy clip to a 30-pound fluorocarbon leader. We did a dropper loop about a foot up to another easy clip. That way it's easy to change them out if they get chewed up too much. Just to a double uni. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that just look delicious? I'm gonna take the super gel and separate the tentacles here. Let's give it a nice juicy shot. Oh yeah, that stuff smells. Put a little bit around the hook. So there's one. And we'll stick this in there. See if we can't pick us up a gobbler. We're gonna stop and just do a long drift. Ooh, there's a cloud of bait. I like that. All right. Always check your drag. Oh, it's raining. You gotta be kidding me. It's the only thing that sucks about this mic is it's not waterproof anymore. Oh yeah, just the right amount of weight, I feel. We're gonna really instead of quick bounces off the bottom, I'm gonna make it look like those squid are swimming. So what they do is they take the tentacles and they push, and this is what they look like through the water. So we're just gonna pull it up and then let it back down. Oh wow! It's a bluefish. Hey! Somebody likes the squids. Keep this little guy. Whoa, 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 whoa. See, we almost... Don't mess my leader up. See, look at that. That's what you gotta be careful about. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not... Whoo! Man, he went right between my legs. Alright, simmer down now. Those little toothy critters. Alright. I'm gonna put you in the bag. You're gonna come in handy one of these days. Yeah, you're not happy, I know. Alright, so it's more of a southwesterly wind, which is a little heavier than what it's supposed to be. But that could also be a good thing when the tide starts coming in here shortly. It's probably slack right now. Got about an hour of slack. When it starts coming in, because it's a moon tide, we'll have wind against the tide, so it will slow our drift down a little bit. It might make it a little choppy, but it should still be fishable. Alright, so we've been drifting for about 3 or 4 minutes, and this top hook seems to still have the Procure in there, the squid juice. This bottom one is the one that got annihilated by that bluefish. Still got a little bit in there, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't even see too many teeth marks. I mean, right around the hook there's teeth marks, but obviously that's where he had the hook in his mouth. But he destroyed that thing. He hit it pretty hard, and I don't see too much damage. So I think the plus is the jig head's pretty big, so I think it protects it pretty well. Protects the rubber, which is good. Oh, we just had a fish on while I was on the phone with my wife, but it's all good. Just do that drift over again. Didn't feel too special, so it was just a fluke. Not my wife, the fluke. But we're gonna give that spot a shot again. So that's 2 toothy critters, 1 bluefish, 1 fluke, and so far the squids are holding up. And he hit it, and I couldn't set the hook right away. He hit it and held on to it for at least a good 15 seconds. Set the hook, and I had to put my phone away, and he was still on there. So I'm gonna really pay attention this time. We're back on that drift, and we're gonna try to get that guy again. So, I mean, usually they don't feed too aggressive. Oh, there it is. Oh, I just had him. Usually they don't feed too aggressive. There he is, he's back. Boom! Oh yeah, it's a fluke. Usually don't feed too aggressive on slack tide, but they seem to be hitting these flukes pretty good. Alright, we gotta be careful of the top hook. They're hitting these squids pretty good, that's what I meant. Look at that. Oh, it's a big school of bait underneath us. That's 3 toothy critters. I mean, it's pretty beat up. Still got a little juice in there. But hey, if it gets us a doormat, at any cost, right guys? Alright, so we just re-upped the batteries, re-upped our Procure, the squid juice. We should be good for a while. Caught a couple fluke here. We're going to keep doing this drift. About 11 feet of water. It's pretty shallow, but it drops off to, it's a gradual drop to about 30 feet. There he is. top hook action. Oh, there he goes. He had the top hook this time. Let's see, first one on the top hook. Oh yeah, still good.
Hey Jimbo, what's a fleek? How'd you get away from your wife?
She's in East Hampton.
Ah.
And I told her, I'm going fishing after work.
You're damn right you did. What'd you catch the bluefish on?
These little squids I got.
Nice one or no?
Nah, it's a little tiny thing. Perfect for the threshers off ditch, baby.
Oh, Jim, I can't wait. You call me up. We'll fucking come out and pick the thing up on my boat. Yeah.
No, one of the best parts is landing it on the beach. Where'd you get that? Where'd you catch that? Oh, about 100 yards off the beach. What?
500 pounder. We're going sharking off the kayak?
Hell yeah.
I'll be out there in the jet ski, bro.
Oh! Oh no! Oh! 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 No, 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 no! No! Nah, it's short.
Are you filming right now?
Hell yeah, brother!
You gonna be on camera?
Oh yeah.
Yakking with Bigfoot.
Yeah, you know it. Oh! Yeah, baby!
Deeper?
Yeah, man. Just touching 19. Whew, that was close. I missed him on the net like 2 or 3 times. Luckily he was hooked pretty good, so I didn't lose him. I'm gonna keep hammering this drift. That's like 3rd fluke we've caught. The first we didn't get on camera. We dropped him before I could turn the cameras on. I was on the cell phone, but we're gonna got a keeper here, so we are gonna do this drift again. See what how much more it can produce. Seems like so we caught a bluefish and 3 fluke on that bottom squid, and it just that last fluke tore it up, so it's not terrible. Whoa. A little fluke. Whoa. Might be a little better than what I think. No. No, he's just on the top hook. Okay. Man, none of my hooks got him. Look at this. He just had the leader in his mouth. Look what I caught him on. The easy clip actually caught him. Look at that. I didn't actually hook him. The easy clip got him. Crazy stuff, man. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Alright, let's get this easy clip out. Alright, so if you could see, hook didn't get him, the easy clip got him. Look at that. That's a first for me. I've never seen that before. Oh. All right, well, those conditions are a little tough. They bit pretty good at slack tide on these 6-inch squids. I got one on the top, which is like a 3-inch. Can't see it. Was putting this stuff inside the tentacles, the Procure squid gel. On slack tide, I mean, I've never had fish hit that hard on slack tide. I mean, it was dead. We were drifting with the wind, but it seemed like this stuff, they really loved this stuff. There was one time I was on the cell phone, I didn't get it on camera, and I was talking to my wife, and I had a fish come on. I was watching it, as you know, the rod was dead sticked, and I was watching him for, you know, a good 10 seconds. I said, I gotta go. Put the phone in my pocket. I set the hook, and I reel up a couple cranks, and he wound up spitting the hook. But he held on to this thing at slack tide for a minute, at least 10 to 15 seconds. So this stuff with the Procure, the squid gel, I think it really increased, made the bite much better on slack tide. So they must really like the scent of this stuff. So we're gonna go in, we got a fish in the bag. We got a little 19-inch fish. So we're gonna cut him up and call it a day. We'll see you next time. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button, leave a comment. Any suggestions you want to see, something you want to see, let me know. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll post all the Procure, the squids I got, if I could find them. I got them at Dick's, but I'm sure I could find them on the internet. I'll post everything in the description below. So if anybody's interested in getting any of this, it'll be in the description. All right, guys, thanks for watching.